Kick is literally like held together with 3 streamers that collectively share like maybe 20,000 real viewers. And then the rest of it is all just numbers being massaged. Where is the latest Maga Mail video? I will vote for the streamer awards. I'm gonna watch the Maga Mail video and then I'm gonna vote for the streamer awards. Maga Mail, Maga Mail, Maga Mail. Is Pokimane right?
In my life where I assumed everybody was older than me. Get into an Uber, the driver's probably older. Start a new job, my coworkers are probably older. And if I watch the NFL and I see a quarterback on my damn TV, he's probably older. Those times have changed. Patrick Mahomes is literally younger than me. And I realize it's also
old. You're fucking old, dude. You're old. LOL. Here's another right-wing streamer that we're going to be watching on the Hasanabi broadcast. Jesus Christ, dude. He's old. He's old. We got him, boys.
Also changed at my current job as a live streamer. I'm one of the people who have been here longer, one of the older people. And I feel like people aren't appreciating that fact. The live streaming landscape has changed a lot. I even just wanted to check. So I looked. These were the biggest live streamers in the world as far as English-speaking live streamers 4 years ago, January 2020. And there's a lot of names here that are mostly my age or older. The Summits, the XQCs, the Lyrics. Now, there's some familiar names there like Tyler and XQC still, but also a lot of young names, the Jinxies, the Quesos, the Kais. And live streaming at its core is a young man's game. And it's changed. It's changed so much. And I want to talk about how much it's changed today, speaking through the lens of Pokey. Because she tweeted out something cryptic a couple days ago, the end of an era. Twitch has been my home for a decade, ellipsis. And then posted a screenshot of someone downloading the Twitch app, but her face is there because she's basically been the face of Twitch for a long, long time. People thought she might have signed somewhere exclusively. But that didn't exactly happen. She followed up today and she said, let's explore something new together. First YouTube stream tomorrow, no strings attached. We don't have to theory guess on what that means. She expanded on her podcast and said she's not signing an exclusive deal with any platform. And then she followed up and said Twitch has regressed a bit, and that's why she doesn't want to be exclusive there or put as much energy into just streaming. She's called it messy. Kind of dug into Twitch a bit there. But it's true. We haven't seen these huge exclusive deals, the ones that I used to talk about all the time, like XQC signing a $100 million deal, in a while. In fact, think back to the last year.
It's because that money dried up real quick. And at the time, it was already dried up. That money was already completely dried up, for the record. It just didn't matter because that was like stake back. So obviously that's a little bit different. Like, the space is currently not too great for a lot of smaller content creators. Obviously, when you're at my level and have been at my level for quite some time, it obviously, especially because like I don't rely on like I don't rely on anything but subscriptions for the most part for consistent revenue, that it doesn't really matter. Don't fucking hoss mods me. I'm just giving you the factually accurate information. I have 50,000 fucking subs, okay? And I've had 50,000 fucking subs for the past 2 to 3 years. Shut the fuck up. I'm just being simply honest with you. You know this. It is public, okay? I don't need VC money, and I don't take on advertisements beyond like every now and then a video game that I will play, and that actually makes people very happy when I do that anyway. 40,000 of them are MK, yeah, 34 MKD 50. So they're technically all like $1 because they're Turkish. Anyway, so the point is, when you are reliant on ad deals, when you are reliant on sponsorships, when you are reliant on serving ads, the unfortunate reality is that when that stuff goes down in revenue, you get cooked. And that's what's happening for a lot of people right now. Ads don't hit as hard. They don't get as much money from serving ads. And they certainly are not getting the same sponsorship deals. Might look like they are. People are still getting sponsored. But as far as I understand, the contracts have got actually significantly reduced, sizably reduced. This is happening all around the sector. Okay? It's happening everywhere. Also, how VCs play a role. Why would a content creator not join an exclusive contract? Genuine question. How does VCs play a role? VCs played a massive role in this space. They played a massive role because they were funding companies that were then going and funding streamers, like marketing tech, ad tech, you know what I mean? Or marketing companies, like all of that stuff was being pushed by this endless growth that was backed by money being basically free, virtually free.
YouTube exclusive streamer. Like, who got signed recently? There have been some re-signings. I got re-signed just a couple of months ago. But the last person who I think exclusively signed with YouTube was FaZe Swag back in September 2022. That's a long time ago. And Twitch hasn't been doing a lot of exclusive signings either. In fact,
they're not doing any.
They're trying to do the opposite. Dan Clancy, the CEO, said at TwitchCon, today we are taking it a step further and announcing that we are allowing simulcasting on any live streaming service.
Do you think online entertainers have been paid too much for the last few years and it's now finally correcting? I guess it was a bit of a gold rush for sure. I think so. I think it was a bit of a gold rush. And I guess, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know. I think it was just like COVID. There was a lot of people watching. I would go so far as to say maybe they weren't being paid as much as they were supposed to during that COVID era. Because what do I mean by this? Like, they were getting fat contracts, right? For sure. But the eyeballs that they had was insane. You know what I mean? Like, the amount of genuine attention to the live streaming space was actually fucking psychotic. These were like one-man operations for the most part. So you thought like, oh, well, you know, it's just one person. Who cares? But like, I do think that in that era, people were getting paid a lot, but they probably were even worth more. Think about it. Yeah, Ludwig only made $2.5 million that entire year, including that subathon. And like, how much media coverage came from that subathon? Think about that.
Their whole philosophy has been,
yes, only in comparison to how many eyeballs were planted on him. Yes, the television equivalent of that is much more expensive. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying here. That's not a little bit of money. That's a ton of money. But the TV equivalent of that is like unimaginably larger than that. Do you see what I mean? Because there is no world in which that many eyeballs are like that closely stamped to the fucking screen for that period of time. Do you get what I mean? But on the other hand, market rates, like ad rates for television, are still profoundly high. Basically being propped up by, I guess, this like fake industry. Okay? The CNN guy who was wondering how you had more viewers than his program. Yeah. The equivalent on TV at that point would be so much. You're way off on this. TV shows get canceled for getting twice of Ludwig's viewers. No. You're looking at Nielsen television ratings and comparing them to CCVs. CCVs are not the accurate Nielsen television rating. This is why I always say CCVs, in comparison to a Nielsen rating, would probably be around 10x. Okay? And then beyond that, you also have CTRs, click-through rates. Any kind of direct response campaign that you do on Twitch is going to be infinitely more successful in terms of your click-through rate, or in terms of your audience actually going towards that, whatever direction you're pushing them, than a TV episode or a TV ad that you're actually serving. Do you understand? Have you considered that chatter has no idea what they're talking about, though? Yes, which is why I'm explaining it. Concurrent viewership is what I'm talking about. Okay? That's what I'm talking about here. I am literally a television producer. You're way off on this. There's no conversion from click rate to a broadcast or streaming, so impossible to quantify. I'm literally a television producer. Great. So you understand that Nielsen television ratings are actually conducted in a different way than CCVs are, right? That's number one. Number two, there's no conversion from a click rate to a broadcast or streaming show, impossible to quantify. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why the views that you get on an ad on Twitch is infinitely more valuable if your actual success rate is how many people went and fucking followed through and like purchased the product. What is the conversion rate? Okay? Twitch fans are way more loyal. That's my point. I mean, I did this as like, I did this as for a living. This was what I originally did at the Young Turks. Anyway.
Hey, we don't want to sign anyone exclusively. We want to just have people stream on all the platforms possible, and we think our platform is the best, so people will go to us anyway. The only people who've been signing exclusively has, of course, been Kick.
I'm gonna pee.
Who have signed quite a few people exclusively. I believe the last one that I can remember was Nick Merckx back in October 2023. But even Kick has kind of slowed down a bit. To be fair, they did spend hundreds of millions of dollars, so I get it, but but they've slowed down. Now, the reason everyone has slowed down isn't because live streaming itself has slowed down. I mean, quite the opposite. In the past year, it's been doing better than really since COVID, right? If we look at this, January 2023, we had 2.4, almost 2.5 million average concurrent viewers. Now we're up to 2.6 with also more live streamers. So it's quite a healthy scene. But why aren't people signing exclusive contracts anymore? What happened to these $10 million, $5 million, $100 million deals? And the answer is that it's just not worth it for the companies. I mean, look, these companies are spending a lot of money, not on streaming exclusively, but on running a streaming platform. Twitch literally cut 1/3 of its staff. So it doesn't make sense to start paying for exclusive content because it hasn't really shifted on who has a majority in the live streaming space. And Twitch's philosophy of, well, hey, we don't need to sign anybody because people just think we're the best platform and will stream on our website has somewhat held true. I did a survey and I asked 30 of the biggest streamers in the world what the best streaming platform was. 28 said Twitch, 1 said YouTube, and 1 said multi-streaming. Nobody said Kick. To be fair, maybe I didn't ask the right crowd. But the fact remains, I think that era is gone. And I think that because YouTube has even said to me, hey, we're not going to sign with the best for running a streaming platform. Twitch literally cut 1/3 of its staff. So it doesn't make sense to start paying for exclusive content because it hasn't really shifted on who has a majority in the live streaming space. And Twitch's philosophy of, well, hey, we don't need to sign anybody because people just think we're the best platform and will stream on our website has somewhat held true. I did a survey and I asked 30 of the biggest streamers in the world what the best streaming platform was. 28.
Yeah, the only reason for why that is the case is that it is still more it is still better for monetization to Twitch stream than to stream on YouTube. It's the most intuitive website. It's the best website for chat communities. It's the best website to stream on if you're a content creator. Ultimately, though, the most important component here is revenue. Twitch Prime and the revenue opportunities, especially like sustainable, yes, he polled me as well, sustainable revenue opportunities on Twitch are still better. It's the best game in town. The sucky part about it is that it's gotten worse and worse over the years, but it's a race to the bottom because that's what happens when they have basically a functional monopoly. Okay? That's it. They own the majority market share. And for that reason, they can get away with milking content creators more. Okay? They can get away with milking content creators more. They can get away with what the fuck? Austin's on this petition. So you raise your voice for wolves? What? This is ridiculous. All right. They can get away with raising the amount of revenue that they take from you, and they can get away with like giving you less money. They can get away with like not giving you an exclusive contract. That's it.
Said Twitch. 1 said YouTube, and 1 said multi-streaming. Nobody said Kick. To be fair, maybe I didn't ask the right crowd. But the fact remains, I think that era is gone. And I think that because YouTube has even said to me, hey, we're not going to sign you to another deal. Like, I'm currently signed to be a mostly exclusive streamer with YouTube. I can do some events on Twitch and YouTube like I've talked about. But after this runs out, it's kind of done. And I don't think they're going to sign anybody else. I don't think they're just like, hey, it's done for you, but we're going to do some other people. I don't expect that to be the case. They could surprise me. We'll see. But I think that's mostly done. I think Twitch is the same. I don't think Dan Clancy wants to be in the business of paying people millions of dollars. I think Kick, although they have billions of dollars from stake and they could maybe sign some more exclusive contracts, I don't think they will be doing at least a lot of it because it seems to be just kind of...
Because it's fake. Kick is literally like held together with 3 streamers that collectively share like maybe 20,000 real viewers. And then the rest of it is all just numbers being massaged. I've never even gone on the website. I've gone on to it like a couple times, but it's just like, it's completely propped up by like 20,000 total real viewers. And then like half of those motherfuckers are also simultaneously posting on Twitter all the time. Okay? Posting on Twitter all the time about everything that's going on Kick. The reason why I don't know anything about what the fuck's going on there is because I have muted all of those accounts basically. So now I don't know anything about Kick because I don't have any of those like impression farmers shitting up my goddamn timeline. It's basically drama alert plus all of the other fucking weirdos. That's your fault. You bully the weird slot kids off of Twitch. True. Do Rumble next? What the fuck is Rumble? Yeah, just chatting has 120k viewers and 80k is one neon stream. Yeah, that's not real though. That's botted to oblivion is my point. Come on, guys. You're just hearing about Rumble. Yeah.
Of a money hole and a money sink, and they haven't gained much market share by signing all these people. So that whole ecosystem for creators is dead. It is gone. And I don't think it is ever coming back.
Neon Shot is faster than yours on Twitch. Yeah, dude. He literally isn't that the guy who's like the nerdy guy who says like unhinged racist shit? That's the guy, right? Misgive brought him up when we were streaming the other day. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, dude. I don't know if you know this, but like you can bot chat too. You can just like have chat saying like ridiculous shit. If you think those numbers are real, then congratulations, man. I don't know what to tell you. You got fucking duped.
And it gets a little worse for creators because I'm a little bit concerned that this could long-term impact Twitch. Is Pokey right to say that Twitch is a bit messy and it's regressing and it's not that appealing of a choice? Well, let's take a look at some recent news. Obviously, they had the layoffs. But outside of that, they also dropped this, an update to several streamer payout programs. Now, I saw some people talk about this as if it was a good thing. They basically expanded the Partner Plus program, which is allowing people to get a 70-30 split. And before, they had a 100K cap on that 70-30 split. They've removed that cap. That's mostly a good thing for people who are earning more than $100,000 a year. They just will be able to earn more money. They'll get more of their share. But they also snuck in a change to the Prime Gaming subscription payout model. And this one's pretty fucking huge. I feel like people didn't talk about this enough. They've changed it so now when somebody gives you a Prime sub, it is a fixed rate depending on where in the world you got your Amazon Prime membership. So if you're a North American streamer and you have someone from the US who uses a Prime, you now get a flat $2.25. When I streamed on Twitch, it would just count as a sub. So if I got a Prime, I would get 70% of that sub, $3.50. I mean, even if you got a 50-50, that would still be $2.50, right? And it's even worse if you have a lot of viewers who are outside of the US. Like, let's say you mainly stream to people from the UK. You're only getting $1.80. Let's say perhaps you are an e-girl streamer and you stream content that is generally for maybe an audience from a country who doesn't have a lot of pornography. So they
Yeah, why didn't you talk about this more? Was it because the CEO was in the chat? No, I did talk about this. I talked about all of this in the same vein.
like watching, live streaming websites. Turkey, as an example, you now get 9 cents per Prime. And it makes sense on paper. I think Amazon Prime in Turkey is like $1 a month if you do the currency exchange. So they shouldn't be like hemorrhaging $2.50. But this is a huge fucking change. And I think most people are now going to be earning.
Oh no, Hasan, I'm giving you not that much then. Yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I'm doing fine, okay? Especially if you're a Twitch, if you're a Twitch watcher from Turkey, come on, you have way larger problems to worry about with respect to your with respect to your financial circumstances.
Less money as a Twitch streamer because of this change in Prime. It's great for the people who are part of the Partner Plus program who are earning more than $100,000.
This is verbatim what I said, by the way. This is verbatim, bar for bar, exactly what I said.
That's a pretty small list. Most streamers aren't there, right? That's like a couple thousand people. But out of the 7 million people who go live every month, most are going to be negatively impacted.
Do you think this will increase your share overall? No, it lowers mine because I was already Partner Plus technically, so it doesn't change that. It just takes I get like a 2 to 3% shave off of like 70% of my audience due to, or not 70, like maybe 35% of my audience.
That, along with a lot of people trying out YouTube because of this new non-exclusive thing that Twitch is trying to explore, I think might hurt them long term. For example, there's a lot.
Why are we watching a millionaire discussing issues concerning only the fellow millionaires? Because you're watching Twitch? and I'm a Twitch streamer, and he's also a YouTube streamer / sometimes a Twitch streamer, and he's talking about literally your favorite, the industry that you consume the most.
A lot of streamers who started streaming on YouTube are doing really fucking well. Like Moist Critical, whose viewership has skyrocketed on YouTube. He averaged about like 8 to 12,000 on Twitch. Now he averages like 15 to 25,000 on YouTube. Doug
he has like 4 million fucking, however many million subs.
Similarly averaged about 10,000 viewers on YouTube at any given live stream. We also have Tens, who's been live streaming on YouTube, and they've been doing incredibly well. And even Point Crow, who right now is live streaming on YouTube to 2,500 people. On Twitch, he's at about 1,800. Now,
that's not a very good example though, because like when you split, YouTube does get more views than Twitch always, because YouTube does have a larger audience too.
Live streaming could be the meta. Multi-streaming could be the meta. That could be the truth. And this would be great for Twitch if it was. But the reason people prefer Twitch is
Charlie has 14.5 million subs on YouTube. Yeah.
Because one, they have a lot more tools. So it's better as a creator to do the streaming. But most lurkers, which is the bulk of all viewers, tend to prefer YouTube. And unless Twitch offers more money via Primes, which is basically a subsidized subscription that Twitch gives to the viewers, what is the point of streaming on Twitch? Like, the culture's amazing, but if you are making more money
and the worst part is the culture that carried Twitch for many, many years, which had many issues as well in the past, especially, is going away. This is what I was trying to talk about. And I did kind of talk about it in the episode. I talked about it with Miskiff on his stream, on my stream a little bit, on Fear and Podcast. The culture on Twitch was a collaborative one. Okay, you're making slightly less money. No. Fuck the money part. It doesn't matter. Okay. The culture on Twitch was collaborative. There was an entire graduating class of streamers, myself, Ludwig, Cutie Cinderella, Austin Show, XQC. We all would collaborate with one another. We play video games with one another. We would do fun stuff with one another. We would do IRL streams with one another. And then I think something happened along the line. Something happened where I think money became a factor. People became more professional, or they wanted to get their money up and not their funny up. But more importantly, what actually fucking killed it was the Gamba saga and the subsequent drama that came after the gambling saga on Twitch. That drama and the consistent farming of drama, the entire shit camp situation between you and XG killed so much of it. I think that at that point, it was already like becoming a genuine issue, where collaborations only were happening under the guise of like professional events. That was one. A lot of people did not want to actually collaborate with one another, even if it was a professional, even if it was a professional setting. People just did not want to collaborate with one another. People did not want to work with one another. And I think that like really splintered the community. Okay? It really splintered the community. I've said this many times over. It doesn't matter what my disagreements are with Trainwrecks. Like, he played a big role in me becoming a large streamer. He played a big role in me becoming a large streamer, and so did Austin, of course. Okay? I imagine it's a factor as well that if you collab with someone like Valkyrie or Caroline, that some of your haters begin to go to their streams as well and harass them also. Yeah. But that always existed. Twitch has always had some shut-ins that behave like that are behave in like really unhealthy ways. That's a little bit different than like massive content creators consistently ripping into one another constantly and shutting off the conversation, shutting off access to one another and cross-pollinating. Okay? It sucks. In a way, I think a lot of the cross-pollination that used to happen in a collaborative way turned into a very negative situation. Like, the only cross-pollination was happening in negative ways. Okay? Juices are now so blood and drama thirsty. I think so. I think that it sucks, but I do think that is like definitely plays a role in it. People will say, Hasan, says you do this all the time. I will go super fucking hard to try and manage the situation until it's like impossible. You know what I mean? Until it's like just genuinely like unsustainable completely. And then I'll just like cut it out completely. Okay? In my opinion, you as a smart one and Pokey went too hard on colleagues gambling who are not kid friendly. Yeah, no, that's copium. Yeah. Twitch used to be a rising tide raises all boats culture for a lot of big streamers. Stuff like Raj Patel was huge for so many people in IRL thrived collabs. It's much more siloed now. Yeah. I think the drama meta on YouTube from 2015 to 2018 made its way to Twitch. Yes, for sure. Streamers taking train XQC. What? Dude, that played a role. Also, the exclusion of the WL community was a factor. Listen, I knew that from the jump. For years, they were kind of thrown aside, and now most of the face of the platform is from WL. I made efforts from day one to try and like bridge a gap between the WL community, as many people kept saying they're loud, they're aggressive, and many other tropes. The problem is, I think that from their perspective, they saw this community as like a very intolerant one, ironically, towards some of their potential political perspectives. So that's it. I was way too political for them. But I tried my best. There was also like hella people in the WL community that was like fans of mine from before. And I think that, yeah, no, I'm probably too woke for the youngins. That's probably an issue as well. But I tried my very best. I tried my very best for a very long time to try and merge that gap. But they're hella clicked up too. It's not like they don't have their fucking clicks. Dude, for the longest time, I tried to get like myself and Pokimane and Kai and Your Rage to like play Valorant together. You know what I mean? I did. I tried. It just never worked. I don't know what to do. At a certain point, I'm not going to fucking keep doing that over and over again. Still to this day, I am trying to play basketball with Your Rage. These are things that I try to do. Anyway, one good thing that has come of these changes is that the dueling arena was removed from Al Kharid, so not bad. Okay, great. You've definitely made efforts with RDC, YRG, and AMP people. Yes, 100%. You know they are not in LA. What do you expect? Well, they are sometimes in LA. It's kind of sad watching you try so hard and getting nowhere. Brother, I'm a leftist. I always try hard and get nowhere. It doesn't matter. It's not going to stop me from trying to do what I think is the right thing. But yeah, the reality is the tide is shifting, I think. And a lot of the content creators that are now popping off, a lot of the content creators that are popping off now are mostly like the TikTok generation. They blow up on TikTok and they bring over their more normie audience into Twitch. And that's good because a lot of those guys will inevitably become Twitch culture understanders and Twitch watchers as well. So that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. But yeah. We did this talk yesterday. Well, you know, I think that it's something that I've paid attention to. It's something that I'm aware of, and I don't know. The new big streamers are even more isolated than the WL guys. I think so too. No idea if this is a factor, but when black people have something going on and white people show up wanting to be a part of it, we don't really trust y'all. No offense. I mean, I get that. Anyway. 5 new streamers. What's up next? True. Privileged streamer with a white savior complex says, I tried to save the youngins. More news at 9 o'clock. Okay. Do collab with TikTokers. I think that's a great idea. I do have an idea. There's a couple TikTokers, including that guy that we watched yesterday that I kind of like, that I might try to, I mean, I have reached out to already. And we'll see. We'll see what we can do. But these guys aren't like Twitch streamers. They're like political TikTokers. So it's a little different. There is one that I've been watching for a minute too. He actually, I think recently, here's a guy that I don't actually talk about at all. Hold on. That I haven't really talked about, but I have been talking to behind the scenes and have been following his stuff for a minute. I'm going to show you right now. I wonder is it that wrestler? No. I like their collab with Good Morning Bad News. That's so funny. Dan is literally used to be my producer, brother. The guy that makes his name is Joshua Joseph. Okay. His TikTok is J William J. He has 1.3 million. He has 1.3 million followers on TikTok. I actually am a big fan of his. He's a young guy and he's very good. Let me see if I can find it. J William J, not J Williams J. Oops. Here, this is I wanna collaborate with this dude because I think he's good.
I think you're flat.
Apparently, he debated someone I've debated as well. Here it is.
wrong. But what we're saying is the groundwork of what is best for human well-being is still there. And even though you could say like, oh, well, we're disagreeing on this thing, we don't disagree that we're trying to operate for human well-being. That's where our morals are grounded. Now, the way we go about it can take different routes, and I think you're objectively wrong, because I think that if you have half of the population being a slave to their biology,
And he's dripped up.
meaning the millisecond that there's a baby inside of them, there's no autonomy. There's
no autonomy.
there's
You
no-
lose your autonomy when
you
get
lose
pregnant?
your bodily autonomy. Yes.
What are you talking about?
If in your framework.
Have you
if
met
abortion's
anybody
illegal.
who's ever been pregnant?
What do you
don't
mean? What do you
lose
think
your
I mean when I say lose your bodily autonomy? Do you
lose
think I
the
mean you can't
agency
go
over
to
your
the-
body.
Do you think that I mean you can't like go to Kroger or something? I
No.
mean that you can't make that decision.
That's what you imply,
If
yeah.
we make abortion illegal, I'm saying you no longer have control over the developmental process that's happening within your body. And I think that it's not conducive to human well-being, because when we're talking about granting rights, respecting people's rights, granting equal rights, if we say that a fetus is a person, deserves all the equal rights of everybody, I could even agree and grant you that. They do deserve all the equal rights of everybody.
Right.
But one of those things is not getting to use somebody's body for life without consent. No
No.
matter what.
Yeah, he's I mean, it's not too difficult to roll what's his fucking face, but this guy's lit. No, he's awesome. I am a big fan of his and have been for some time now. I think that he's great. Well, oh shit. Okay. Take her out. Take Kai out. Take Kai out. What's good, big dog? What's good, big dog? All right, take her out. Okay, well, she's going crazy. Look, she's going crazy. Mirage just rolled in with just straight up, I don't even know, metal beams. I don't know why he has so many fucking metal beams on him. I saw him back in 2020. He's been goated since he was like 16, 17. Yeah, he's very young, but he's great.